As part of this Zoom birthday party, I'm going to slip in this video. Jeff drove me around to all the houses I have lived in during my 88 years. Plan was to add video and pictures associated with each house. I have modified this idea because the video would be too long. This one is about 8 minutes. Give me a break. I'm 88 years old. I was born in Minneapolis in 1932 during the Depression. Somewhere in the next 3 years, my dad lost his job. And as you know, I visited Jan in the hospital when she was 1 week old and I was 1 year old. We went to California looking for work at my mother's sister, Ruth. It looks like they were short of diapers. Anyway, didn't find work and came back to St. Paul and lived on Grand Avenue. First house was rented at 5332 in Minneapolis. I was about 3 years old and went to Minnehaha grade school at 5 years old. As we approach our next stop, where I lived basically for about 15 years, many things happened, including my dad dying of a heart attack when he was 50 and I was 15. Next house, my folks built at 4814, about 6 blocks away. Moved when I was about 7 or 8, continued at Minnehaha Grade School, then at Comus Junior High and Roosevelt High School, then to the University of Minnesota Engineering for 2 years, was drafted into the Army during the Korean War. Here I am at a church picnic in Windham on leave, checking Jan out again after about 20 years. Next was at 4815 after we were married. It was a home converted into 3 or 4 apartments. Lived there about a year and a half. Jeff was born there. We bought a house a few blocks away at 4902. I continued to work as a draftsman at American Bridge, and Jan has quit as a social worker at Hennepin County. Drew and Connie were born there. I went to night school at U to finish up the last 3 years of my 5-year engineering degree. Quit work the last year so could attend day classes and apply for a GI Bill. Connie waited until 6 months after my graduation before she was born. Now to 5320 Chateau Place on the other side of the lake. Jeff, slow down. Jeff, slow down. Now 5320 Chateau Place. Jeff and Drew had started at Minnehaha Grade School, but then transferred to Hale Grade School near this house. Connie attended grade school at Hale. Jan and I had started our civic activism at 4902, but it took off here. No pun intended, but we fought the airplane noise, redlining banks, among many other things. The big one was the first desegregation of Minneapolis schools. We are part of the pairing of Hale Field Grade School. Connie was part of this busing. Drew went to Bryant Junior High School on 38th Street. It is now Sabathani Community Center. Drew attended the same time as Prince. Just down the street, 6 blocks from Bryant Junior High, is where George Floyd was murdered by a Minneapolis police officer. Getting back to our school theme, Jeff, Drew, and Connie all went to Washburn High School. After kids had left, we bought my mother's house at 4814 and moved back. I had several engineering jobs over the past years at a couple of consulting companies, then went to Cargill for almost 17 years. When we made this move, I quit Cargill and started my own one-person consulting company out of our house. I was really good at changing work and quitting jobs. Next was to a condo about 7 or 8 blocks away. It is the same block that my Minnehaha grade school used to be. I'm going to write a book. Where did you go out? Where did you go? Nowhere. This is the same school Jeff and Drew attended for their first few years. Now, Episcopal Homes. Jan and I were the first to move into this new independent living apartments April 1st, 2005, and Jan died September 2016, and Drew died in December of the same year. Drew and Jan at our 60th wedding anniversary, 2016. I continue to live at Episcopal Homes. Life goes on to new adventures, not ever forgetting the past. About 2.5 years ago, Connie and some friends, including Kathleen's daughter, Charlotte, thought we should meet. Kathleen lost her husband, Jim, in 2015 after about 55 years of marriage. I may get into trouble, but this is an earlier picture of them. Now, with all the quarantines and so forth at Episcopal Homes, I moved in with my soulmate, Kathleen, for the summer. She'll move to her apartment at Episcopal Homes when she sells her house this fall. Do you know of any good realtors? I know, bait and switch. I went over about 1 minute and 20 seconds past 8 minutes. But I wanted to tell you that I didn't go to Korea. I went to Salzburg, Austria. Sound of Music, you know.